Hello, everybody, and thanks for joining this data analytics webinar. Now, before we get started, I would like to introduce myself very briefly. So, my name is Carlos Roberto da Silva, but most people call me Robert, and I am the CTO at Analytics ROI. And I have 13 plus years of experience in working with data analytics, business intelligence, data warehouse, and database administration as well. Now, in my 13 years of experience, I have provided the services to many different industries. Industries such as financial and insurance, health and marketing, and many others. But manufacturing is the industry that I spent most time working with. And I was able to help manufacturing companies to see trends and patterns in their data that they never imagined they existed. So by the end of this webinar, perhaps I will have addressed some of the problems your organization may be facing today. And Analytics ROI may have the solution for your organization to be more proactive and perhaps help your organization to increase its revenues, cut costs, and boost production productivity. So in this slide, I want to explain you what the data analytic is and what predictive analytic is as well. And some of you may already know what they are. And if you do, that's great. But most people out there talk about both concepts, but they really don't know what they mean. So, what is data analytics? Well, data analytics is the process of collecting and organizing data sets to discover trends and patterns and other useful information in your organization's data. Basically, analytics will help your organization to better understand the information contained within the data. And it will also help business people and decision makers to make faster and better decisions about their business. And the decision makers will be able to predict the future of their business. They will be able to see how their business will be like 6 months or a year from now ahead of time. So, in some cases, they even can see whether they will actually be in business in the next 5 years or so. So, analytics will answer questions that you probably may have, but you can't always get those answers today because your data may not be clean. Your data may be spread across different systems, and you may be in a situation where reporting is taking too long, or you really can't build advanced reports, and you might not even be able to see insights of your data. So, as you can see in this example, your data may be spread across all these different systems in the organization. Your data may be everywhere, and for you to build specific reports and dashboards may take hours, as mentioned a few seconds ago. Or it is taking you days to build reports and dashboards because you need to grab data from all these systems and then you have to put all this data together. And in many cases, the result is not what you expected, or it doesn't give you the right answers. So let's take a look at some of the questions analytics will answer. For example, analytics will provide you answers to questions such as, how can I increase the production on the factory floor without a significant increase in costs? How can I increase production and at the same time increase sales? Can I increase production by reducing the number of resources involved in the process? What other regions and perhaps other countries I can expand my business to? What particular product category or categories contributed the most to my sales increase or sales decrease and why? So data analytics will answer all these questions and many other questions. But more importantly, it will allow you to see trends and patterns in your data. And to some extent, you will be able to predict the future of your business. I like to call it fortunate teller because it allows organizations to see things that will happen in the future ahead of time, whether it's good or bad to the business. If it is good to the business, then how can we make it even better? Or if it is bad to the business, then how can we avoid anything that stop us from growing? Now, in order to have the answers for the so many questions that business people and the decision makers might have, but they really can't get the right answer today, then what we do is we extract the data that is spread across all these different systems in the organization. Then we transform it and we clean it. And as last, we load it into a database called the data warehouse. So basically, we centralize all organizations' data into a single unified database. And the goal of the data warehouse is to keep historical data for data analysis and faster reporting. And we also use this historical data to create data models that will allow your organization to have the answers it needs. Now, bear in mind that the data from these different systems you may have will remain intact as it is, because these data in these systems is the source for the data warehouse. So we do not modify or update or delete the data in the source systems. And this is why we have the staging database here, because this is where we do a lot of the data reorganization and data cleansing. So once a data warehouse is in place, users will be able to report against the data warehouse with their preferred reporting tool. Reporting tools such as reporting services, Power BI, and even Excel. And we also could have a few SQL Server analysis services cubes here, and perhaps even the tabular mode as well. Now you might be thinking, well, Talis, you were talking there, etc. But how much that will cost me? So this is what happens most of the time with most manufacturing organizations out there. Most manufacturing organizations already have the technology available to them, and they don't know about it. Or they may know they have these technologies available, but they may not have the technical skills in-house, and therefore these technologies are not in use. For example, your organization may already have a SQL Server database platform. And if so, and depending on the version of SQL Server you have, then you already have SQL Server reporting services. And you also already have SQL Server analysis services and SQL Server integration services as well. So a lot of times these technologies are already available to an organization, but they are not being used. And this is where we at Analytics ROI come into play. We are going to leverage your existing technologies to build your organization a data warehouse, business intelligence projects, data analytics, predictive analytics, dashboards, and reports, and the data mining as well. Now, let's take a look at some of the benefits your organization will have. And some of these benefits are faster delivery time. And here, whether you are a store manager or a controller, marketing director, or even the CEO of the company, you will be able to have real-time data analysis that will enable you to make better decisions regarding the production of your products and their delivery. For example, how else would you decide which shirts to stock to meet the demand and which accessories to put on special sales? Well, this is where analytics will show you what to do. Now let's take a look at the next benefit, which is faster reporting. And again, if you remember in one of the slides early on, I mentioned that once the data warehouse is in place, your users no longer will need to report against multiple systems. Well, they still can report against the ERP or CRM system if they wanted to and if they needed to. And there will be cases when they needed to report against the ERP or CRM system or whatever system you have in your organization. But with a data warehouse in place, reporting is going to be easier and faster in comparison with reports that you would create against your ERP or CRM system, as an example. Now, predictions are another benefit. Well, this is where we are going to build predictive models with data mining algorithms to enable your organization to see the future. And if you remember, I called that fortunate teller early on this webinar. And some of the algorithms we are going to use are classification, regression, segmentation, association, decision tree, and linear regression, as well other algorithms. Now, the most important one is the return on your investment. Because, like I said before, we are going to leverage your existing technologies. We are going to leverage your existing SQL Server database platform for your organization's return on investment. So I hope this information was informative to you. And I would like to thank you once again for joining this short webinar on analytics. And if you would like to obtain more information about Analytics ROI, or if you want to know more on how we can help your organization, please feel free to contact me directly. And you can write a mail to rsilva@analyticsroi.com. And you also can contact Michael, our CEO, directly. And you can write him an email. His email is mike@analyticsroi.com. Contact us, and we are going to provide your company free consultation on your existing technologies. And we also can have a discovery call to understand more your needs. Once again, thanks for joining this webinar and have a wonderful day.